painting like the Mughals. She even makes these elephants pose with their bahus in the family estate in Saraya to create a painting. That's the family house in Saraya, and she makes them pose. And she also likes to bring in the white of the family house.
Where is Saraya?
It's in Gorakhpur, in Mumbai. The family had and has still an estate there. When Amrita and Victor left and started living there, it was a big sugar factory run by the family. Elephants. This is a beautiful work, as she said so.
Oh my God, look at the cracks on the head.
So while she's, what happened was after she got married to Victor, she came back to Shimla. There was a kind of disjuncture between Victor and herself and her parents. Partly because she'd married her first cousin, and partly because Victor was a humble sort of person, really quiet, he was a doctor, and the mother had high ambitions for Amrita. So she kind of didn't treat him too well, as her letters reveal, and she kind of marginalized him, so much so that he would be a little scared of the mother, Maria Anjaman, and
her name was Maria Anjaman,
the mother.
Ooh.
And Amrita, Victor, when he would hear her footsteps, would go and hide in the bathroom. He was a very reticent person. So the situation was becoming unbearable, and the young couple didn't have too much money. Amrita was an artist, and in those days, if you could sell one painting, you were very lucky. Today, her paintings fetch crores. And Victor had come back to India for her. Otherwise, he was a doctor and he was set up well, or could have set himself up well in Budapest. But he came back for her, so he hadn't really established himself. He had very little money, so finally it was a no-win situation. But a cousin of theirs said, look, why don't you leave Shimla then and come and live in a family estate in Saraya? And so they went, and they had just one room in that family house, and Victor started practicing as a doctor, and Amrita would paint. So here, although she felt very isolated, but here also, in one sense it was good, she experienced a reality outside the sheltered realms of her house, and she got close to women, and she saw many women working in the fields. She watched the ordinary folk, and many of her paintings of this period are some of her best works. So what we see here is all at Saraya in Gorakhpur. This is the family house, the majestic family house, and here she's posed elephants.
This would be early 1940?
And this would be 1940.
So was she known by then?
Sorry?
Was she well known by then?
No. She was not well known at all.
So how did she meet Nehru?
She met Nehru earlier at an exhibition in Delhi at Imperial Hotel. He came to her exhibition, and of course, like everyone else, he was very drawn to her, and also to the work. Found the work very different from what was being done. And they did become friends. But that is earlier, even before her marriage. This is a wonderful study. Wonderfully modulated exercise in black, orange, and auburn. Also, she, when she was a little girl in Budapest, they had gone for a year, they had to stay on for 10 years because the war broke out. So the money had stopped coming to Maria Antoinette and Umrao Singh, her parents. So they had to shift to the countryside to a family house. And they had very little money, they had to make ends meet. And Amrita grew up, her first years as a little girl was spent in the countryside with Hungarian folk myths, animals, plants, vegetation. And here, as we are nearing the end of her life, as for me, it's like a full circle. She's coming back to, animals, and she started studying animals. This is a wonderful study of camels. And then a wonderful work called The Ancient Storyteller, where we have the impassiveness of the majestic Vajitya estate, and in front of them you have, ordinary children and the storyteller, a woman pounding rice. And also, somehow it's poignant work. She always felt that she wouldn't live long. She would tell her husband, Victor, that I must work, I must make as much as possible because I've got no time. So somehow she sensed, she was very young, she was 27 or 28, and these are her last paintings.
One is the unfinished work.
We're coming to that. So, as we move to her last works, this is the final work she made, which was complete. The musicians, and the use of white. And of course, they couldn't go on living in Saraya. A painter needs stimulation, and Amrita was always, she needed the company of her folks. And Victor too, because they were earning very little there, and her paintings hardly sold. So they decided to move to Lahore, the place which she really liked, and it was a very vibrant city. And September 1941, they shift to Lahore. They find a 3-storied house where the bottom is, the ground floor is Victor's clinic, the middle floor is where they live, and the topmost is her studio. So we come to the last work where we have a view from her studio, and it's very different now. It's a chock-a-block with concrete blocks. But in those days, there was a milkman with his buffaloes, and that interested her because A, she was studying animals, B, the transportation of the real world into a vibrant, cosmopolitan city, the contradictions, and although she died suddenly, one feels that she was making another breakthrough, where color becomes, easy. Colors are more as planes rather than as mass. And it is possible that she's moving towards abstraction, but she died suddenly. I don't know as much as anyone else, but there are theories, and one of them is that, of course, Iqbal Singh, her close friend, said that she had these pakoras and someone's feet. She got dysentery and she died of that. But I don't know. But Victor's daughter told me that Victor